Let's get it. What's that saying? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I think that when I'm watching Love After Lockup and that reality show, that saying just keeps reverberating to me. Because I see people who are supposed to be these big time movers and shakers and kingpins and bosses and all this, and they, oh, you know, when I was out there on the street hustling, I had my access and my fingers on so much money. I was basically a millionaire. There's a guy who's riding around supposedly in $100,000 car buying $1 million homes, etc., 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 Montana Mills, and he's doing all these big time things. And he said he was like a boss or a kingpin, and his wife holds out that he was a boss and a kingpin, but he was in jail. Bosses and kingpins don't ride around with that much product. Why would you even be in the same room with that much weight? That's ridiculous. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that. You guys are telling the story so you can sell records and maybe so you can pass off the fact that you laundering money, perhaps, allegedly. But there's a young lady by the name of Lindsey who is on the cover of this thing that I put out, the thumbnail. And when I put her out, and her story really struck me because she's a person who I think idealizes the very thing that I'm talking about. You have somebody who isn't a bad looking woman. She's not bad looking, and she's young, and she doesn't realize that even in her youth, you are sacrificing your most precious commodity. You chasing those dollar bills, and you're using the excuse that, oh, I had to do this. You got to feel bad for me because I will struggle. But you don't recognize the choices that you make. And that's what I want to talk about. There's certain people who, you know, they're going to live their life and there's not much you can say about them to change their mind about how they view this situation. And I understand that. But what I do also want to do is I want to try to reach those people who may be at the precipice where they have to make a choice. Do they go this way or do they go that way? And what I want to express to you is, as you're sitting there thinking about making those choices, please don't fall in love with the magic time machines. You see, these are time machines. These are literally time machines. Why do I call them time machines? Because when you get those put on your wrists, not risks, but when you get them put on your wrists, you know what happens? They stop time for you. When you go to jail, time stops for you. The rest of the world, the people that you hang out with, your bros, your homies, your cuddies, all that, they move on and you're stuck. With Lindsey and all these other people, Lindsey went to jail for a good majority of her daughter's life. Oh, I'll do this for my child. I love my child. But you weren't thinking about your child and your child's future when you were putting yourself in the way of all this trouble that you have. As you're out there committing these crimes, all that has to happen is something go left or sideways during one of your activities. And you could be in that box for the rest of your life. And when they put the magic time machines on you, what you will find out is that your kids, your family members will undergo graduations, you'll miss, dances, you'll miss, first time going out on dates, you'll miss, first time they wear makeup, you'll miss that for your daughters or your sons or well, you know, whatever. You'll miss those things. You'll miss the advice opportunities that you have to try to counsel them, maybe put them on the right path, how to teach them to ease their pain. When they fall down, you're not going to be there to kiss their boo-boos. You know why? Because you're stuck in that time machine, that box. And every day that you're sitting in that penitentiary or that box that somebody put far away from your family, every day is the same day. You're living a damn Groundhog Day. Every day you wake up, it's the same thing. You're scheduled to get up at the same time, shower at the same time, eat the same time, go on rec the same time, in the yard the same time, back inside at the same time, in your lights out at the same time, then repeat the same thing the next day. You may have a variance on what you do during the course of that day. Hey, today I want to try something a little different. I think I'm going to do some push-ups, so maybe go down to the library and get a book out. That may be a slight difference, but for the most part, every day that you have will be the exact same day because you're stuck in a time machine. And everybody around you is going to live their life. No matter how much you sit there and try to pretend that, oh, I'm down for you and I'm with you, bro, and all that other stuff. They're going to go out. They're going to get married. They're going to start families. They're going to experience their children while you're stuck in that box. And then in some cases, you have people who go away. In Lindsey's case, she's 28 years old. She gets locked up because she got caught up when she was rearrested. She had 4 new felony charges. And those 4 new felony charges gave her a time of almost 30 years in prison. Topping out at 30 years in prison. So she's 28 now. She goes to jail for, let's say they bang her all the way out and she can't get paroled. Oh, I get early release. You don't understand how the system works, James. You can only serve a portion of the time. That's the way the system works. I also understand that once they get you in the system, they can keep you in the system because that's what the system is designed to do. And it becomes, your life becomes the chess piece to the political people who are in your town. The political people who are running that machine. They get to decide when you get out. It's not, oh, well, I automatically get paroled or probation. You don't know what you talk about, duh. No, they decide whether you get, that's why you have to go sit in front of them and beg them to let you out. And that's what it is. You're begging them to let you out. Because once you're in that system, you belong to them. You belong to them. And then by the time she gets out after 30 joints, like if she serves a full time, 30 years, you're going to be 58 years old starting life. So you're essentially where you were when you came out of high school or where you were when you went in. Best case scenario. You don't have the money, you don't have the connections, you don't have, hell, the people that you were dealing with back when you were 28, either out the game, in there with you, or in the ground. So let's keep it all the way a stack. Let's stop pretending like this is some kind of fantasy thing. This is some kind of game. This is not a game. This is serious. Here's a clip that I put together from one of the things that really struck out to me that made me determine that I was going to do a video on Lindsey. Let's take a look at that clip real quick.
Not to be a mom, it's just that I went about it the wrong way. Like, I was just wanting to provide for her in a way that I didn't have. People ask me all the time, why did you start selling drugs? Because I got my power cut off. The last time I came home, I was only out for 6 weeks. I caught 4 new felonies. I'm literally in the parking lot where I'm supposed to be going and trying to get a job. Hello? TC in jail. He got a cash bond, but I can't go down there and bond him out because I got warrants.
4 hours later.
What gonna do? We're gonna see. Go down there and try. Bring that mother to me.
Okay, oh, you need to respect that right there, okay?
And that's the point. Y'all need to respect that right there because she's serious. She a gangster, y'all. She's worried about somebody. This is supposed to be her first day out. And I understand that, with reality television, they try to put these scenarios together so that way it expresses some kind of trauma or tension so that it makes the storyline more interesting. But the truth of the matter is when people come out of the hardest thing when you get out of jail is for you to break away from the lifestyle that landed your ass in jail in the first place. The people that you hang out with when you went in, you come out, you trying to hang out with those same people. And those same people, if they're still mixed up or messed in with the stuff that they were doing before, they will pull you right back into that same situation and put your ass where you were in the first place. In this particular case, it's the first day out. She's supposed to be trying to get a job because she's trying to spend time with the very daughter that she missed so much life from and the one that got her involved with actually becoming a criminal because she was trying to keep her lights on. I got my lights turned off. And that's why I started doing what I was doing. But I'm so proud that every time I turn around, I'm so proud to mention how I was a boss. Boss of what? Her friend gets arrested. She takes the position that her friend should never have given his name out. Why was he giving his name out? What was y'all doing? And I'm a boss lady. Once again, I'm back on it. So her and the dummy next to her, Blaine, they sitting there phone treeing, trying to find somebody who can go bail this dude out because he's the most important thing. And he's her friend. And while she was in jail, she have to take care of him because she don't know what she gonna do. And she ain't refused to leave him in jail because she loyal. My question is, where does that loyalty come in when it comes to the people who actually care about you? When you was in jail, yeah, maybe they stopped by and saw you put some money on your books here and there, or they talked to you. But the truth of the matter is your family and the people who relied on you are the ones who are doing time with you. Yeah, every time she goes to jail, her mom is the one sitting there going through it, thinking about her daughter. This might be the last time I see my daughter. She might go into jail, and that's the thing, too. You could go into jail on one thing, and just because you're in jail on one thing, if something happens in jail and you're called to defend yourself or you become part of a situation, you can get more time while you're in jail. You have people who have gone to jail for some bull stuff, only there for 2 to 5 or maybe 3 to 5 years. And then they're going to get paroled out. They get in there, something happens. And next thing you know, they got 10, 15 years stacked on top of that time that they had when they went in. You just have to think about this stuff, man. It's not worth it. Because when she gets out and she's talking about, oh, I got some money that they sold from back in my day. I had Blade hold my money. You know how much she had? She had $1,000. $1,000. And she was supposed to be using 800 of it to bail her friend out of jail. Bring that mother to me. And what? You're not in the game no more. Oh, we just gonna have respect for you. This isn't and the whole what kills me is this isn't a TV show. This isn't a TV show. Even though it is on TV. The game that they're trying to purport to other people and make it seem like this is something that you could do. If you get wrapped in, there's rules too. And if you a boss, when you go into jail, you still a boss. No, when you go to jail, you create a vacuum. And then somebody else steps into your boss role. Because it's all about opportunity. Nobody is your friend in this business. Sorry to tell you. That doesn't exist. Oh, he's loyal to me. He used to work with me. This guy wants to sleep with you. That's why he held on to your money. That's the only reason that bro held on to your money. It wasn't a loyalty thing. He wanted to sleep with you. He was infatuated with her. That's why he held on to her money. That's why she could trust him, because she had that power over him. But in the game, none of that matters. You're an opportunity. This is a money-making venture. You give somebody money, that's their money. Another thing. Please don't think that you can play this game where you're going to go and be a kingpin and a boss. You're going to take a bunch of merchandise widgets from somebody. And if you get locked up and they take those widgets, the police take those widgets from you, that everything is going to be okay. The truth of the matter is that on them streets, you owe that person for their widgets. They didn't lose widgets. You lost the widgets. Those were your widgets that you lost. When they give you something, they basically, this whole business works on consignment. You don't work for anybody. You're technically an independent contractor. They consign these widgets to you and say they give you $10,000 worth of widgets. What they expect back is $10,000. So when they give you the widgets, if you go out and you just put those widgets in a briefcase at your house and you give them 10 grand, it is what it is. They might not like it if it's competition stuff, but you got it, that's fine. They want the money back. So if you lose it, and especially in a situation where you're somebody like Lindsey, and you think that you go, oh, well, you know, I'm a boss and I'm going to be a mover and a shaker and a kingpin. I got all these widgets just in the house. I do what I want. Oh, no, here come the police. Popo got me. The person who gave you that stuff is looking for their money. And that whole, oh, well, you know, family is out of bounds and all that dumb shit that they try to pass on like TV shows and in the movies, that is not real. They will go to your mama's house and tell your mama, you owe me that money for them widgets. Please don't get this twisted. This is not a game. This is not a game. You're the only one, Lindsey and people like her are the only ones out here playing. You're the only ones out here playing. Nobody is keying and laughing and having a good time. This is not like a TV show where you gonna start out and you gonna be throwing widgets, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be running a nightclub and you worth millions and millions of dollars. Half the people who are doing this stuff, more than half the people who are doing this stuff, still live in poverty and in the same places they was living when they were out there doing this stuff when they first started. They're not ahead. They're not winning. They're barely paying their bills. Just saying, keep smart, keep your mind on straight, keep your head on straight. I'm going to drop more videos like this, especially with Love During Lockup about to drop. I'm going to drop more content about Love After Lockup. I'm also going to be talking about this jackass that I wanted to talk about, Chance. So I'll be covering that. You guys, stay tuned. Stay with me. That's my take. I'm James. This has been My Take on Reality, and I'm out.
'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, peace, yeah.